Think everyone else has it all figured out and you're just making it up as you go? You're not broken, you're normal. Today we're tackling imposter syndrome head on. We'll share our real life stories, proven strategies and a few laughs along the way. So if you've ever felt like a fraud, stick around, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Rocket Business Podcast, where we believe great businesses start with a spark, nobody should have to go it alone, and that every success begins with a nudge in the right direction. My name is Maggie Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-host, also Mr. Mark Vallance. Hi,
Good
Mark.
afternoon, Maggie. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
A little exhausted.
Do I want to know?
Networking, very much.
Oh, you've been up early networking. Yes.
Yep.
You're full of a cooked breakfast.
No one wanted my mushrooms today.
Okay, moving on.
Do you want to know
Is that
why?
a regular thing that you share your mushrooms with people at networking?
Yeah. There's nothing worse than seeing my plate gradually work its way around the table, and they plop it on the table in front, and I look down and there's mushrooms spilling the mushroom juice all over my bacon. And
can you not just ask for a breakfast without mushrooms? If you've got a fungus
I suppose I could,
allergy?
but I don't want to be one of those people.
Learn to speak up for yourself. You could have like an
Imposter
allergy
syndrome.
to fungus.
Yeah. No. I just don't like it. I've kind of turned it around now, so it's my opportunity to connect with someone.
Do you want my mushrooms?
Yeah, I do. I look around, I look to the left, look to the right, and I just basically say, before I start, would anyone like my mushrooms?
Is that your 60-second pitch?
No, it's my chat line. No, I say that. Anyone here would like my mushrooms? And there's usually at least one person on there who will go, yes, I'll have them. And we do the whole
Heathens.
plate swap and scrape off.
Is
Whereas
that how we
today, no one
determine
did.
Whether we're doing business with anybody if they go,
It's a good start, yeah. If they want to connect with me, that's the best way to do it.
So at networking, you're the mushroom guy.
Yeah.
Lovely.
No, that's not bad. I quite like that. So
Anyway,
yes.
I have a serious question for you, not mushroom related at all.
Okay.
But have you ever felt like an imposter? And I don't mean have you ever like dressed up as somebody or pretended to be somebody else, but have you ever been in a situation where you thought, I'm a bit over my head here, or you've not fully felt comfortable and you've got a twinge of doubt? That sort of thing.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Especially at networking.
Yes.
If nobody wants your mushrooms, it is a downward spiral.
Yeah,
from
that's the worst place. A few times.
Yeah.
Can't think of any specific ones right off the top of my head.
Well,
but
hold
yes.
that thought, because the reason I ask is because today we are getting a little bit personal and we're diving into something that does affect many of us in business. And it's something a lot of people don't like to talk about, but we're going to talk about imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your next question is, what's imposter syndrome? No doubt. Is it? Is that what you're going to ask?
You asking me?
I
am I telling you?
know, because I've done my research.
Yes.
I did the
So
training.
Maggie, please tell me what on earth is imposter
What is
syndrome?
imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
So imposter syndrome is that little voice that sneaks in and whispers that says maybe you're not good enough or you're making it up as you go along. Who do that, of course. Not that we're making this up. We are very professional at what we do. And that
We have our moments.
It's kind of having that little niggling doubt that someday somebody's going to come knocking on the door with a clipboard and a real official person's going to come and go, you have no say in...
You have absolutely no qualifications. You have no experience.
Absolutely.
You don't know what the
gig
heck
is
you're
up.
doing. Yeah.
And we're
Get
going
out.
to come and take you away. So yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business or how long you've been doing it or how many wins or awards and things like that. There's always, I think everybody in business, and they'd probably be lying if they said they weren't, or they'd be some sort of narcissist or something.
Yeah.
In that everybody has that kind of self-doubt. And I think that's the thing I'd like to bring forward today is to make it more talkable or more approachable for people to understand that it is okay to just kind of feel like you're not fully all, not fully all.
You might not be fully aware.
Yeah, you're not the only one who suffers with feeling a little bit of self-doubt and a little bit of a niggle and stuff like that.
Yeah, a few times where I've heard people actually say, do you know what, I feel like I'm totally out of my depth here.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be doing this.
It could be sometimes that those people are actually out of their depth.
Well, yes, but not to put myself down, but there are people who I feel are far more intelligent than me, far more high profile, not including you, Maggie, but far more professional. And they say things like, one of these days I'm going to get found out. Yeah. And I look at them and I think, really?
Yeah.
You're well high up in your job, your role. It does surprise me, but
Yeah.
I kind of get what they mean.
Yeah, there's a great TED Talk, actually, which is what first introduced me to the thought of imposter syndrome. And it's by an Australian guy called Mike Cannon-Brookes. And he is like a multi-billionaire
Yep.
who runs a company called Atlas. I'm going to look at this up.
Atlassian.
Atlassian. Forgive me, Mike, if I'm saying that wrong, of course. But he admits that he's suffered from it. And the TED Talk is brilliant. It's a few years old now, but it is absolutely fantastic. He started off as like just him and his business partner. And then he goes through, he's won awards in the National Australian Entrepreneur Awards. And then he goes on to like the Global Awards and stuff. And they've done so well. And he said all the way through it, he was conscious that he was just feeling an imposter. And he spoke to a guy who was running a company with like thousands of employees. And he told the guy the story of like he didn't really feel like they belonged. And this other guy who was like there, he said, well, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And that was his first kind of inclination that there was other people who suffered from it as well.
Yeah. Not to be afraid.
Not to be afraid, yeah. Just
afraid, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the name, excuse me, of his show? Or if you search his name,
Sure,
quite
yeah,
likely
it's
to
a TED
pop up.
Talk. So I just Googled TED Talk with Australian guy imposter syndrome and I found it quite easily.
Okay.
But his name is Mike Cannon-Brookes.
Right.
We can put a link in there.
We will put a link.
Can we do that?
A link in the show notes.
We can do that, can we?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Whether or not it works, that's another thing. But failing that, we'll just stick it in the comments.
Okay. We'll put a link in the comments.
Let's do that.
You've got some stats written down here
Oh,
for us, some notes.
Yes.
Somebody has done some research. Very impressed, thank you.
This was last night, to be fair. I've heard of the phrase imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced imposter syndrome, although I must admit I didn't label it
Yeah.
as that at the time. It was just...
I think it goes a little bit beyond more like it's more than self-doubt. It's kind of a feeling that you can't, that somebody is going to find you out, I suppose. It's having that kind of anxiety that somebody is going to come knocking on the door or tap you on the shoulder and go, actually, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no authority in talking about this sort of stuff. And they're gonna stop you. They're gonna take everything off you and say you haven't earned your house.
Yeah.
You don't deserve this nice car, and it's kind of having the anxiety around that, I suppose.
Which can develop into other what's the word?
Symptoms?
No, symptoms. Other problems, issues.
Absolutely.
This was my limited research that I did last night, watching a few TED Talks.
Yes.
There's anxiety. Some can lead to depression,
Mm-hmm.
and a real feeling of failure.
Yeah.
I suppose is one thing that people fear the
Mm-hmm.
most. There's quite a range of statistics around. Somewhere in between of sort of the 25, 30 to 75, 80% of people have kind of suffered from this or experienced it at least once in their lives. Some more than others. And what did sort of surprise me a little bit was the stats for kind of high achievers, and again, people in quite high position roles and jobs, and even celebrities as well. Again, you kind of think it's just something for the little person like you and me, but yeah, even some stars, high profile business owners have also experienced this. There's one from a marketing point of view.
Oh, okay.
Who you will have heard of, Seth Godin.
Oh, yeah, my mate Seth.
Your mate Seth, yeah. But yeah, apparently he's written 16, 17 plus books.
He's written loads, actually.
All on marketing. A book, in all honesty, I have not read any of his.
Oh, I think we have. We've read a couple.
I haven't. Never.
I think you might have done.
I haven't, Maggie. I've seen his name and I've seen his bold little head with his with his glasses on.
Yeah,
I've seen the picture a million times, but I've never actually read one of his books.
There's definitely 2 on Audible that I know of.
Is there?
Yes, I'm sure
Okay,
there is. Anyway, we're digressing a little bit
but
here.
apparently in all of his books, he kind of writes that he's just waiting for his editors when they're checking through all his content to basically say to him, look, Seth, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Jog on. Get out of here. You do not know marketing enough. It never obviously happens, but that's a big fear that he has of feeling as if he's got that imposter syndrome. So that was one. There's another guy called Howard Schultz.
Howard Schultz, yes, the founder of Starbucks.
Yeah,
yes.
He's.
Although I don't know, strictly speaking, if he founded Starbucks or whether he came in and kind of
My limited knowledge was
Yes.
he took the idea from, I think it was Italy or somewhere in Europe.
Yes.
He took the idea back to the US
Yes.
and I suppose founded Starbucks or generated it over
Yeah.
there or something.
It was
along
about
those-
having, I think he started because he wanted to have a social place for people to have coffee.
Oh, is that
rather
right?
than it just being like
Okay.
a function.
Yeah. But I thought it'd be good to read his story because he started off as just a photocopier engineer
Oh,
for Xerox, apparently, in a low-income family in New Jersey.
mm-hmm.
And turned it all around to become one of the most
I bet you must be
richest
worth
persons.
billions.
Yeah, exactly. So
If not trillions.
that's just a couple of examples,
Mhm.
but there must be heaps and heaps of people out there who even you would look at and you'd think to yourself, I cannot believe
Yeah.
that person there suffers from it because they're so confident, they're so, you know,
Yeah, there's probably, like you say, you kind of touched on celebrity people who suffer from it, but like celebrities and things, like
Yep.
I would think a lot of the reality TV stars probably suffer from it because I suppose they get flung into stardom and
yeah,
then they get offered
Yeah.
all sorts of other things, and it's probably quite a tough transition to go with, which is why a lot of them turn to
yeah.
to the narcotics and things to
to become almost
the
like
anxiety.
overnight successes. And you can imagine is they have had no time to adjust, get used to the idea, and all of a sudden, wham, straight out there.
I don't know whether that would be
public eye.
classed as imposter syndrome though, or whether that would be a completely different element of just having to
Well, I suppose
live up to a certain
yeah,
standard.
to a certain extent, but it's a similar kind of thing. They
Yeah.
must have moments when they sit back and think, "I cannot believe I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is I shouldn't be here. I haven't trained for this. I've no experience, etc."
Yeah, maybe you have to have a certain self-inflated ego to get that far, or to be that sort of person that would soak up the media, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
When we get rich and famous, I'm sure we'll be able to advise people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Already.
When we
now.
become internet sensations. So I do have a little example of a story of my own when I've faced imposter syndrome.
Okay.
It wasn't so long ago, actually, when I went to a customer. I won't name any names. And
Probably best.
I'm actually wondering whether I should tell this story now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just
Yeah, we won't name any names.
But let's put it. If they're watching, they might go, "Hang on a
That
minute,
explains a lot.
that's me." They're talking about.
Anyway, so yeah, we were in a meeting in their boardroom, which was quite a fancy boardroom.
Right.
And it was kind of an interview style where they were sat one side of the table and I was sat the other. So already I was a little
Very
bit like,
intimidating.
come on my own.
Yeah.
And we were talking about their marketing and things like this. And we were doing website stuff and copywriting and sort of googly ads and things like that. And it came up and they said to me, okay, obviously, so we're going to need a CRO. And I was like, okay, sure, no problem. And I was sat there
And that
going,
is
what does CRO mean?
what the?
Like the fluff.
What the fluff was
what
that?
the fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does CRO mean? And I
Yeah.
actually had no idea.
They
And
could
I'll
probably
be
tell.
honest, quite now, I can remember the CRO.
Yeah.
Can't really remember what it meant. And so yeah, conversion rate.
It's good. It's good to know you've taken
No.
that on board and
Yeah, but it's
learned
one of
it.
those things. It's like such a rare acronym, I suppose.
I've never heard of it in my life.
It's not
but,
like like PPC, which I know what that stands for, pay per click,
Yep.
or there's loads of them in marketing, but this one CRO, and I sat there and I thought, I don't know what that means, and I had to go. Do you mind if I just pop to the loo?
Did you really?
Yeah. So, well, I didn't do it straight away afterwards because that would have been a bit
Hold
like,
that thought. I'm just going to pop to the loo.
CRO, I'm just going to pop to the loo. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. It was like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
We carried on talking for a bit, and then I said, I'm just going to pop to the loo if you don't mind.
Right.
And then I sat in the loo, and I got my phone, and I was like, what the hell does CRO mean?
At least you had a connection.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Sitting there. Oh, no connection. How am I going to Google this one?
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
Yeah.
And it does stand for conversion rate optimization, which suddenly kind of clicked as to what it meant.
Okay.
But I thought, I just promised them, yeah, sure, yeah, we can do that. Absolutely, of course we can. But I didn't actually know what it meant at the time.
So 30 years of marketing, and
30
that's
years
the
of
first time you'd
marketing.
ever heard that.
I would say it's the first time somebody has kind of said that's what we need, because it's kind of just part of Google Analytics, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? But for somebody to specifically say that, but thinking about it, they could have been if I flipped it around a little bit, they could have been sat there thinking, heck, Maggie's throwing all these big marketing words at us of what their company's going to
really
do.
Stupid. I'm
what they're
going to
going to
bring
do.
one out.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, okay, well, we need CRO, obviously.
Yeah.
From just to see if like to
they
make
thought they'd attack first.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could have been. I mean, I don't know. I would doubt it.
Yeah.
But it could have been that because it was.
Did they go to the toilet before you?
They could have done.
They could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were sat there with the Google. Let's come up with some words to really throw this marketing advisor.
Yeah. So anyway, after I Googled it, I wasn't really any the wiser as to how that helped. But it did make me think, God, do I actually know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or do I
just out of interest, did it throw you?
Yes, absolutely, it did.
And did you sit there thinking to yourself?
Whilst I was on the loo, I just thinking. Yes.
But did you sit there thinking to yourself, this actually could really, really hurt us? As in hurt the business? As in like lose this part of the contract?
Of course, it does spiral like that, absolutely. And it did make me think, right, if I don't know what this means, then, if they come at me with something else or another acronym or something saying, oh, we need this, I can't go to the loo again.
No.
So, well, I could, but it would be very awkward.
Yeah.
Drink too much water.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. But it could have just been very, very odd. But it was fine, I think.
You found a way around it.
I did find a way around it.
Which is good.
And
And the meeting carried on. Everything was happy afterwards.
The customer is still a customer after all that time. So that's
good news.
Yeah, that's very good news.
Okay.
But yeah, that is imposter syndrome for you. And no matter how good you are at something or how well practiced you are, I suppose it can always creep in.
Yeah.
At any time. It just takes one little question to make you go.
Okay. Any more examples that you can think of?
There's probably loads, but that was the one that when we first agreed to talk about imposter syndrome, that was the one that first came to my mind was that particular afternoon, because I can remember all the details of how hot the day was. And
right.
It's probably, I think I was a little bit anxious because I travelled quite a long way to the customer and I was on my own and stuff like that. Whereas usually we do meetings together, don't we? So but for some reason you
missed me.
You didn't come with me on that day, so I didn't have my.
I had no clue what CRO meant. So
CRO
would have been of no use whatsoever.
Yeah, I could test you on some other acronyms if you prefer.
Have you got some?
No.
Oh, good.
But yeah, that is just. I guess that's just imposter syndrome. Is even with 30 years experience and all the businesses that we've helped, it can still hit you.
You still don't know it all.
I still don't know it all. Far from know it all.
No.
What about you? You got any stories to share of imposter syndrome?
Well, while you was talking,
I
slowly drifted off into a bit of a kind of a reminiscent state. And
it's gone all wibbly.
I'm sure there was a number of occasions. One in particular was when I was working on my own when I first started up the business. And I had
in the Frank Mann garage, was it? Back?
It was back in the Frank Mann garage years. I had a client who was based in Fowey. Spelled Fowey in Cornwall. Fowey. I think they call it Fowey.
Fowey.
It's not important to the story, but anyway, they were from Fowey in Cornwall.
Okay.
And they had a connection up in Maidstone at the Maidstone TV studios.
Oh, gosh.
They put my name forward to the chairman of the studios and basically said they need a new logo. They're looking to get a new website and stuff for the TV studios.
Exciting.
I must admit, at the time I thought, hang on, me, little old me who's been in my garage working on my own for perhaps only a couple of years, I think, if that. And I thought, how am I on earth going to deal with this one? There's me in the garage.
Did you have to go to Maidstone to see
I never went to the studios, but I spoke to the chairman over the phone. He explained exactly what they wanted.
Pre-Zoom days, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
pre-Zoom.
Before Zoom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a great chat, and he explained exactly what he wanted. And even as I was doing the work, every now and again I'd have those moments of, hang on a minute, that they must think I'm some big design wizard who's sat in a huge, great big design agency, in Devon, and glossy offices and loads of staff and servants around me and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't. It was just me sat in my little garage, freezing my bits off in the cold, creating a design for this studios. But it it was great. But every now and again, I had to pinch myself and say, hey, you are worthy.
You are worthy
of
yes.
of this job. Even more so when I saw the state of their previous logo and their stationery, it was shocking, and their website. So they gave me a little bit of a boost, but it was just every now and again I would just have those moments of, can't believe I'm doing a bit of design work for this, which for me was one of the biggest clients I've ever done any work for.
Yeah.
And real sort of high profile, all the TV shows and stuff that go on there. And little old me is doing that stuff.
Wow.
So it was a great experience, but yeah, that was
a lot of pressure on it, I imagine.
A lot of pressure, and I think that's probably the triggers that brought that imposter syndrome on a little bit.
Yeah.
It was such, for me, it felt like such high stakes. There was a lot riding on this, and it's not like some little old lady down the road who just wants me to do a little logo or design for a knitting pattern club. We're talking.
Yeah,
multi-million pound kind of company.
Did they pay you multi-millions of pounds?
No. It was okay. I did all right out of it, to be fair. But it was, for me, it was a lot of pressure, a lot of worry. Mm-hmm. But I did it. Yeah, the feedback was great, and
very well
tick
done.
that box. So so that was a kind of example of my.
Would you say that was the highest? What's the word? Client sort of highest.
The highest. Problem, not problem.
Words.
The highest,
the most prestigious client that you've ever had.
Not really.
No.
I think it was just more the fact it was a higher profile. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's probably what I meant. The most high profile.
High profile. Yes. I always used to think to myself, God, so many stars are walking in or driving into the entrance, and there's my logo on the wall and stuff like that. And I used to look at the pictures that they sent me, and I thought, wow, how many celebrities are looking at that and going, what on earth is that? Or that's a good logo, So it's those little moments that gives you a bit of a boost, but also as well puts you in a bit of a scary zone too. So
that's a very good story. Thank you for sharing.
Would you like to hear my recurring dream?
Oh, you have a recurring dream to share.
I suppose.
Well.
Yeah, it's
Actually, do I want to know about your recurring dreams?
We're talking about imposter syndrome, obviously, but it's for me now. I don't know whether this is imposter syndrome, not how it can affect my sleep life as well.
Yeah, so your subconscious.
Yes, but yeah, there's occasionally I have these dreams, and I must have had them a handful of times over the years, and it's about my college years.
Yeah,
and I have this worry that I'm thinking about all the things I haven't done, all the lessons I haven't finished, the coursework I haven't submitted, and it kind of grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And then I have that moment of, my God, I haven't even finished the college course. I haven't received my qualifications or anything like that. And that's all during my dream.
Oh, okay.
And it really starts to panic me. And in my dream, I really worry and thinking, hang on a minute, I haven't even done the course, and I'm operating a business. I've had all these clients, and all these years I've been living a complete and utter lie. And then I wake up, and for a good few minutes, I lay there and think to myself, oh, maybe I haven't finished college. And I think to myself, did I drop out? And then I think, I must have finished college, else I wouldn't have got where I am. But then, it kind of hits you or impacts me so much. I actually genuinely believe these dreams keep saying to me, you're not experienced. You haven't got the qualifications.
Goodness.
Stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not ready for it. But then I have to go, hang on a minute. I am ready for
Crazy
this.
sleep,
and and I smack myself around the head a few times, and then I'm back online. But yes, it's even affecting my dreams.
Wow. Yeah. This can be quite a haunting thing then.
I didn't realise how much I suffered from imposter syndrome until I've
unlocked Pandora's box now.
Yeah,
haven't I?
Thanks for that, Meg.
You're welcome.
Lucky me.
But it's good to talk about it.
It is good to talk.
It's good to know, like I wanted to mention at the start, I want people to understand that everybody suffers from this. Everybody has self-doubts. Everybody has that kind of anxious moments where they're thinking, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But you're doing it.
Yeah.
You are doing it.
Well,
You've been doing it a good 30 years now. So
Yeah. But like I said in the stats, when you actually read that information and you see how common an issue it is for people, it does make you think, oh, okay, I'm not so unusual. It is normal to have those thoughts, and I can do something about it if I so choose.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so
Your
yeah, so
dreams.
they're the kind of strange dreams that I have. Any dreams of yourself, or was it just me?
I don't. I do have reoccurring dreams, but
Have you felt as if your imposter syndrome
yes,
has affected your work at all?
I don't know. Other than the boardroom incident that I mentioned, I don't think it affects me in my day-to-day job so much. So
Right,
I'm quite
okay.
confident doing that. But when I'm out networking,
Right.
I do often struggle there because it's usually that I suppose that thought of in comparing yourself to other people in the room. You know, there's always going to be somebody who's got nicer hair or somebody who's nicer dressed. You know, in that respect, from a female point of view, I suppose.
Or their presentation skills are much better than
Yes,
yours.
exactly that.
Yeah.
And they know exactly what they're going to say, and they're not stood there going, ooh. Yeah. So, but those are all skills you can practice and stuff. Just they're not. I suppose they're not that important skills to me personally. So when I go networking, I'm more chatty, and I prefer to just chat to people than I do standing up for my 60 seconds or whatever and saying, hello, this is me, this is what I do. So usually it derails me a little bit if there's somebody else in the room who does marketing. Because again,
I know what you mean.
I get that sense that somebody's going to come up and tap me on the shoulder and go,
Yep.
yeah, that advice you gave to somebody, that was well wrong, or something like that.
Because you start putting those thoughts in your head, thinking to yourself, who are they sat next to on the other side of the room? Are they going to nudge them and say, she don't know what she's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it this way.
I hadn't thought about that, but now you've mentioned it.
No, but it is that thing.
Totally.
And you think, you kind of look at them and you think, such and such is here. They do what I do. And I hope they agree with me. It's nice, obviously, if you stand up, you say something and you happen to look at them at that time and they're kind of nodding away and you think, oh, okay, they're visually agreeing with me. Whether or not they do inside, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's quite intimidating.
I think that comes from me. It comes from a place when I was challenged many, many years ago, very first early on when I started marketing. And I suppose I was a little bit overconfident in a situation where I thought I knew what I was doing.
Right.
And I didn't. So I was actually being an imposter in that
Was you using words you didn't
situation.
know what they meant at all?
No, I can't really remember the exact scenario, but it wasn't at networking. It was like at a conference or something.
Right, okay.
And I was probably only 19, 20 years old, and I was surrounded by Gordon Ramsay had done the motivational speech. So it was kind of that sort of caliber of event.
Okay.
And I remember talking to somebody at like the exhibition bit that you walk around afterwards, and they were asking about marketing for their particular business. And then somebody literally came up to me and went, what she's telling you isn't true.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you want to slap them?
Yeah. But this person was only my age as well. So
Right.
I can't fully, I wasn't drunk or anything like that, but I can't fully remember
that's a change. It makes a change.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. But what did you do? Did you like crumble and then slither away, totally embarrassed? Or
I think
did you...
I probably said something like, well, obviously there's two differences of opinion. There's two different ways to do things. So it's up to you.
But did that person stick around while you said that? Or
Yeah,
did
well,
was
I
it just a
left.
passing comment? You don't know what you're talking about and ran off.
No, there was, I'm having to go back through my memory banks
Sorry,
now.
Maggie.
This was a long
It was a
time ago.
long time ago.
Many, many years ago.
Yep.
It feels like a past life, actually.
Yeah, in your early 50s.
Beg your pardon. So the situation is that there was like an exhibition, and I was wandering round talking to somebody at their stand who asked me a question about marketing. As I said, I work as a marketing communications officer for the company who was hosting the event. Okay. And they asked me a question about marketing for their particular company, which was a sort of stationery company. And the other person on the stand, who was either a business partner or something, went, actually, she's wrong. That's not true.
Okay.
So, but at that point, I've always felt when there's somebody else in the room who's a marketing person that they're going to go, actually, she's wrong.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what CRO
It's strange, isn't it, how
so
something like that, well, not strange, but it's how powerful.
It's stuck with me for all these years.
Exactly.
Absolutely has, yeah.
Because that could have been the only thing that person knew, maybe a little bit more than you, and it's kind of destroyed your confidence and your feeling of, actually, I do know what I'm talking about, but she's just come along. He has just come along, said that one line.
No, it was a guy.
instantly brings you down.
I didn't know at the time. I mean, I just instantly thought, okay, that's it. He's right, I'm wrong.
Right.
I didn't think to question it, but he could have been wrong for all I knew.
Yeah.
He could have been.
Because of that, was there any situations or potential jobs or opportunities that you didn't go for because you didn't feel good enough, or didn't feel as if you had the knowledge because of something like that?
There's always been things that have been listed on job descriptions and stuff where you think, oh, I can't do that. I don't know what that means. Or rather than, I suppose, you could research it and find out what it means, or go into an interview situation and go, actually, I'll be honest, I don't know what that particular part means, but I will spend between now and then researching it and finding out what it means and making sure I'm up to scratch on it by the time I start with you.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's just having that confidence to say that in an interview.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because you don't want to look, well, obviously like you don't know. Yeah. You want to look confident, but you don't want to lie. Yeah. But you also want to be honest and open and
nobody's perfect, so nobody's going to know absolutely everything. I mean, you've got to have some vulnerability as well, and I think there's a certain power in showing vulnerability.
Totally. Yeah, it's important for people to see that you are human. Yeah. And you don't know it all, and not to be afraid to admit and say to people, I'm sorry, not sure what you're talking about, or I don't really have the answer to that, but I'll get back to you once I do.
I think if we're being superly honest and superly personal, I think that we've delayed launching Rocket Business for a long time.
Yes.
Because we haven't felt quite ready, or we've wanted to have it absolutely so perfect that we felt we've had to live up to our peers' expectations of what should be being delivered.
Of course, yeah. You just said from a perfectionist point of view, we're both very much in the mindset of we just want things to look good, sound good, and just be the best we possibly can be at it. And that obviously comes with its downsides, because it delays, like it has Rocket Business. But it can delay you because of that fear again of I want to do it now, but I don't feel quite right because there's other people out there doing what we're doing and trying to do, and they've already got everything sorted. They're already speaking to people, and it does have that feeling of, are we ready yet? Yeah. But on the flip side, I think of the last 3 years since we had the initial idea, and the things that have happened in just those 3 years, which maybe it was the right thing to have been delayed the way it did.
There was a reason why we waited.
Yeah, it's kind of like fate or the universe telling us, look, I don't think you're ready yet, so we won't tell you you're not ready, but we'll just make it really awkward for you and make you feel like you're imposter syndrome hell. It feels right now. Yeah. And that's what we're doing.
And here we are. Yeah. We're doing it.
Great.
Whether we're imposters or not, we are doing it.
We've got to remember to say to ourselves, we're not imposters. We do know our stuff. We don't know it all, but we know enough to get by and help people.
Yes, we do. More than enough. Got many, many years experience and all that knowledge and wisdom floating around in our grey matter. So
you've got to do something with it.
We have to do something with it.
Yeah.
So a few takeaways at midpoint would be: recognize this is normal to have thoughts and feelings like this. You're not alone. There are other people who have the same doubts.
Yep.
And much higher people in the world.
Yeah.
I imagine Donald Trump's not an imposter syndrome.
He would never admit to it.
No, I don't think he... Well, but, he might be, maybe in the early years, but just remind yourself of how far you've come, and remind yourself of your little successes and stuff. And number 3, talk to other people. So I'm quite blessed, that's the right word, that I have you to share these things with.
Look at me.
And our team upstairs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Share your thoughts with other people, get their feedback, and just chat to other people.
Okay, good.
I think social media has a big impact on imposter syndrome as well, and making people's doubts, because everything on social media is portrayed as being absolutely perfect.
Yep.
And the Kardashians have a lot
to
do with that. And anything else that's kind of a spin-off from that, I would say, or like that's kind of gone, well, they're doing well, so we'll do that as well.
Yeah. Everything is pictures, especially now. So nowadays, AI has making all the pictures even look better than they actually were. The setups of people in groups and stuff like that, you can edit all the ones out and make it look perfect. So everything is perceived as being, that's a perfect life, that's a perfect meal, that's perfect. And that's not real life.
It's not.
But people can't help but feel as if that's what they
have to live up to.
Yeah, exactly. If they're not like them, or they can't do certain things like those people, they're not good enough. And social media has there's a lot to answer for.
It sure does.
I'm sure.
Okay, so one thing to say is that if you are feeling like an imposter and you suffer from imposter syndrome, the main thing to take away is to be kind to yourself. So recognize that you feel that way because you're passionate about what you do and you care. So that's not a bad thing.
On one of the YouTube videos I watched, this person basically said the reason a lot of people feel they've got imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Let's say, for example, you're in it might be a kind of a presentation, and you might be looking around and thinking, "Oh no, I'm amongst all these people. I should not be here. I'm totally out of my depth." She was saying, it's because you're so passionate about what you do. Say, for example, from a marketing point of view, you're at a marketing conference, you've got all these marketing experts around you, and you're sat there in the middle of them, and you see someone famous like Seth. Seth, for example, you look over there and you think, "Huh? Is that Seth?"
Yeah.
Imagine him sitting there, 2 rows down, slightly over to the right-hand side, and you're thinking, he's here, I'm here, he should be here, I should not be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's that kind of wave of worry and, oh no, this is not good. But they were saying you need to see it as an opportunity to think, no, hang on a minute, I want to be better.
Yeah.
I am very passionate about marketing. I want to surround myself with the experts.
Yeah.
And no different. The experts want to surround themselves with people like you. They don't know your experience, in all honesty. Everyone's got something to bring to the party.
Yeah.
You have those kind of feelings, or you feel like an imposter because you want to do more. You want to be better at what you do.
Yeah.
And that's why you're there. So they sort of reframe it a little bit. Instead of worrying about you're not good enough, sit there and think to yourself, no, actually, I am good enough.
But
I deserve to be here, and I want to be better.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. And that's what you do. Yeah. From that, you'll hear the presentation, you'll learn more from that. So then you'll go away going, hang on a minute, I know this now. I know this now. So it's just reminding yourself, or having that feeling of, I do know what I'm talking about. Now I've learned even more stuff, so I'm going to add it to my database of knowledge, and reframe it, and basically keep saying to yourself, I do deserve to be here.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Some ways we help our clients, our Rocket Business clients, overcome imposter syndrome is we have a few kind of steps that we do to help people. So when that little voice creeps in, we would say to keep a nice things folder, and it can be a physical folder of nice things. It doesn't have to be a desktop folder, but it can be as well if you prefer that.
Okay.
So, take some screenshots of nice reviews that you've had, or just things where people have said nice words about you, and
a nice testimonial.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Nice testimonials. After you've done a presentation or you've done a proposal for somebody, and the email that they've sent you back when they've said, yes, please, we'd love to work with you.
Yeah.
Those are really nice emails to keep.
Okay.
Or you can just keep a screenshot of them if you prefer to do that.
You can even print some of those little comments out and just stick them on a little notice board. It sounds strange, but most people probably wouldn't think like that. But if it does happen to you a lot, is quite a common feeling, then maybe that's a good way to have a little board next to you.
Yeah.
So every now and again you have that moment of doubt, just look over.
And go,
yes.
I deserve
that.
What we touched on earlier about saying it out loud. So talking to a friend or a mentor or even somebody else in the Rocket Business group.
Yeah.
That, everybody in there is a really supportive and really helpful person, I think. I hope.
It should be.
Everybody in there is really helpful, really lovely, and really supportive. So if you are suffering, then just drop a post in the Facebook group and we can jump on and we can help you through that, as will all our other members as well.
Yep.
Another tip would be to normalize it so it becomes more common, which is what we're trying to do with the podcast today, is just to talk about things. I suppose one experience I have is I used to have a lot of night terrors as a kid.
Right.
And one thing my dad was always say to me was, right, tell me what happened in the dream.
Right.
Or tell me what happened in your memory.
Yeah.
And I would sit there and I would talk it through. And at the time, it would seem so terrifying when I was asleep.
Right.
But then as we were talking about it, it would make him laugh. And therefore, it would make me laugh.
Right.
And that was how we kind of dealt with it, is because it just seemed so ridiculous.
Okay. Do you have an example?
No, I was only little.
Oh.
I can't.
It's fun.
But yeah, just talking about it, it reduces the power of the bad thing. So
Yeah.
sharing it, the old adage, a problem shared is a problem halved, and a night terror shared is a night terror laughed at. So
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that could be your quote, Maggie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then progress over perfection. So you don't need to know everything to be brilliant.
No.
Case in point.
Well, on that note,
Yeah, we're all human. We know we can't know it all, and I would prefer that people admit that
yeah.
than try to be a
Yeah.
know-it-all,
Oh,
because nobody likes an arrogant know-it-all.
No. That as an example, if I'm out networking or in a meeting perhaps or something like that, and there's someone who does come across, I'd say a little bit like me, a little unsure at times, and maybe you might say some silly or not relevant things, but I'm kind of drawn to that kind of person, because I see them as like,
Yeah.
you're not perfect, but you're not trying too hard and faking it too much
Yeah.
and come across as maybe arrogant or a bit too cocky, because I think it's good to
Yeah,
just be you, really.
Those people, when you meet those kind of the know-it-alls or the arrogant people, there's a certain, I'd say they're quite a clique.
Yeah.
So they'll be drawn to other people of that nature. So I think that's why we're drawn to people who are similar to you.
Oh,
So,
totally. Yes.
let those people be in their little clique and do
Yeah.
their own little thing that they want to do, and
Yeah.
stick with people who know you.
Yeah.
And again, that's what we try to build with
Yeah.
the Rocket Business community.
Exactly. And if you don't know something,
You don't know it.
I'm more than happy to say to people, no, I'll be honest here, I don't actually know what you're talking about.
Yes.
And turn it into a little bit of a joke. Or that's
Yeah.
how I feel, as if it's a good way to deal with it. But it depends on the situation. If we're in a really stressful meeting and
Yes.
we're talking like £1 million worth of contract here, and someone asks you a question.
Somebody says, "Oh, we're going to need CRO."
Yeah, and you look at them and
And
go,
that's okay.
that sounds a bit
Sure.
stupid here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. Brilliant. We're all human, as you
We're
said.
all human, absolutely. Yeah.
Just on that note,
Yes.
another video I watched last night.
Another
I spent about 2 hours watching YouTube TED Talks about imposter syndrome,
Yes.
which again was interesting. There's one lady, I've got a name here, or the YouTube video. It's called "The Surprising Solution to the Imposter Syndrome," and it's by a woman called Lou Solomon. She basically explains her story, and for her, it was getting quite bad at times, the anxiety moments, and under a lot of pressure. But her way of dealing with it was, as you sort of say, don't be afraid to talk to people about it, and accept it, not try to kind of hide it away. And what she's done is she's given her imposter syndrome a name.
Oh, like an alter ego.
Yes.
Oh, right.
She calls the imposter syndrome Miss Vader.
Miss Vader.
As in like
an
a
invader.
Darth
Darth
as
Vader,
in
yes.
Darth
Sorry,
Vader.
I see, yeah.
But hers is called Miss Vader.
Yeah.
And she says Miss Vader is really quite mean, can be really nasty at times. Like, she'll pop up when she doesn't want her there, and she'll say, "Oh, you're not good enough," or "That was pretty good what you said there, but you'll still fail anyway." And she's always giving her digs and basically bringing her down. And the way she felt that she kind of combated it was to introduce another character, a kind of a hero
Positive.
kind of character
Okay.
called Betty Lou.
Yeah.
And now the two of them, sounds a bit weird, but now the two of them have kind of little, not arguments and stuff, but apparently Betty Lou is far more intelligent, far wiser, far cleverer,
Yes.
and also as well, she swears a lot.
Oh, good on that.
So whenever Miss Vader comes along, starts putting her down,
Yeah.
Betty Lou comes out from wherever she hides and basically says, "You don't know what you're talking about. She's great. She's perfect. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Shut up.
Bog off,"
Yeah.
basically. And yeah, that's her way of
I love that.
sort
That's
of
amazing.
sorting out that kind of moment of oh
Yeah.
no,
It's
here
like-
comes Miss Vader.
Like, you remember in the old Tom and Jerry cartoons when they used to get a little
Yeah,
devil
yeah.
pop up on one shoulder and a little angel on the other? It kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's worth a watch. Other guy you
The
mentioned,
TED Talk from Mike and
yeah,
Brooks, yes.
there's it just two different people and how they cope with the
Yes.
situation.
We'll put the link in the
We'll put the link into that one in.
Is that what we do?
And share that too.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think that's us wrapping up for today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just to say, you're not alone. You're not faking it. You're growing. You're learning. So don't feel like you're an imposter. Just consider it that you're still learning. You've still got more knowledge to soak up, and everybody's learning. Every day's a school day,
Exactly.
as they say.
Yeah.
So if you want to come and join us at the Rocket Business community, it's perfectly normal to ask questions about absolutely anything to do with business or anything to do with imposter syndrome or anything that you want to ask. And it's good to admit if you don't know something.
Yeah.
And you can get support from a whole host of people who have been there, done that, and got multiple T-shirts, returned the T-shirts because they didn't fit, they didn't like the colour, or they've... I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going with that. But,
do feel free to pop on there, ask a question. It's completely free to join.
And it doesn't matter if it's a silly or a stupid question. All questions are good.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No.
Only the one you didn't ask.
Exactly.
So if you found this episode helpful, then please do share it with somebody who you feel might need it, a fellow business owner, a friend, or anybody who's doubting themselves. Let's keep this conversation going.
Exactly. And what would be nice is if people have got their own sort of stories, or their own solutions, a bit like Miss Vader and Betty Lou. If you've got anything that you think might help others,
any advice or solutions,
the imposter syndrome, then whack them in the comments. It'd be good to see. And if we got any advice of our own or suggestions, then comment on them too. Okay, Maggie, that was interesting. Hearing some of your stories about your night terrors.
Thanks.
And your lack of knowledge back then of the letters CRO.
Yes.
Still can't remember what they are.
Still can't remember what they are.
No, me neither. Yeah, that was all good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Okay.
Good subject to cover.
I think so. And fingers crossed there's some people out there who will find this useful.
Yes, I hope so.
And we can do what we can to help.
Yes. Okay. See you next time.
Okay. See you soon. Bye-bye.
We'd love it if you could subscribe, follow to make sure you never miss an episode. And why not join us over in the Rocket Business community or on Facebook, where business owners like you can connect, ask questions, and get real practical advice to help you move forward. Check out rocketbusiness.com, where you'll find the Rockstar program packed with resources to help you grow and scale your business. Plus, there's heaps of free tools and guides, as well as details on how to join our free online community of like-minded entrepreneurs. Until next time, keep rocking your business. As always, thank you for listening to the Rocket Business Podcast, where we believe great businesses start with a spark, nobody should have to go it alone, and that success begins with a little nudge in the right direction. Until next time, keep growing, keep going, keep showing, and of course, keep rocking a business.
Keep showing? You just added that in.
It did. It rhymed.
Yeah.
Bye.